Doing one album is already an amazing achievement. Even releasing, I mean, not anymore releasing a song, but doing a body of work. You can say I have like these 15 songs, 10 songs, 20 songs, right? And all these songs are your body of work that you can present to people. And it's not just like I have these two nice songs and everything else is fillers. Having a good cohesive project where you have an intro to the outro, an album that everybody wants to listen song by song. They take the time. They listen. Nobody has time anymore, right? Nobody has time anymore, and everybody is in a state always of wanting something more and always like waiting for the next thing. So because you release something and all of a sudden there's a bunch of other things, right? There's a new series and all the episodes come out. So you watch everything in a day or 2 days or 3 days, and then you're like, okay, what's next? This is how people are today. They are so spoiled with everything that is coming to them that they are now spoiled and unable to appreciate stuff. So people don't appreciate music anymore the way they used to, because whenever somebody do something, there's a million copycats that can do the same thing as you. And if you don't release something because you are trying to make yourself rare, it's not like when you are rare, there's nothing to replace you like back in the days. Today, if you make yourself rare, you disappear from the radar of people because somebody will fill this void very quickly. So taking the time to release a body of work is already something that is impressive. When you do your second album, it's your second album. It comes with a certain pressure. It comes with especially if your first album is a success, you're scared to not be successful. And if you're not successful, then your third album is a revenge. Then your fourth album is the consecration of, oh my God, he can't do it. Then your fourth album, or your fifth album is like, oh my God, like, wow, this guy, like, because you the guy. At album number 6, people are starting to be used to you, and people are not, they're not subjugated. I don't know if on dit subjugué en anglais, but they're not like amazed anymore by your talent or your genius or your technique or the quality of your songs, because they already know that you're here. So when you give something that is here, after 5 albums that are here, when number 6 arrive, they already know that it's here. So they're not like, oh my God. They're like, yeah, nice. And they know you already, so it's different. So now you have to get you got to get used to this. So at album number 7, you might still have a hit or two, but now you're competing with your own hits. So when you do a show, people still want to hear the old songs now. And then when you're at album number 7, maybe you've been around for 10 years already, depending on how much time you put between albums. So you might arrive to album number 8, trying to find purpose again, because the purpose of album number 1 is to have success, to make a living out of it, and then like all the dreams of being one of them, being one of the greats. When you are one of the greats, what is your purpose? You have to find a new purpose. So for me, album number 9, African Prince, the goal was to compete with myself. My goal was to make, so my top 10, let me go to Spotify. Actually, you should go follow my playlist, Kizomba 2022, whenever you can. So, as you can see, my album, this is one of my playlists on Spotify called Kizomba 2022. You should follow it. So as you can see, my top 10 songs now on Spotify is Something Going On Compa. So it's an old song. It's a song that came out in 2005, I think, in my album Legendary. But still, this is a new remix that I released a year ago. But because of it became viral on TikTok, it's really exploding right now. So this is my number one song. Then you have Malembe Malembe that came out in my album of 2017, so 4 years ago. Now you have Evil Taracho. This one came out last year. Ondikwa, one of the classic. Diamonds came out so this came in 2003. This came in 2008. Havana Bossa Nova. 5 million streams. Yeah, nice. This one came out 2 years ago. She's Dangerous came out probably 8 years ago. Supernova came out 2 years ago. Sexual Healing came out 3 years ago. If You Don't Know came out last year. So this was my mission with the last album, to change the hits, the top 10 songs, because if you would have come 4 years ago or 3 years ago here, you would have One Love, Question My Heart, Fiona, all these songs. Those were my most famous songs. They were songs from this album or maybe the others, right? This album and the two albums after that. So It's a Love, African Bohemian, and Legendary. Those are the albums where all my iconic songs come from, most of them. Of course, Bien Plus Fort Que Mes Mots, all these songs, Love de Toi, it was my top 10. And my goal with African Prince was to dethrone all these songs, and not because they stopped having plays, but because I made songs that were more popular inside of the internet. And that's exactly what happened. When you see my top 10, you realize that except for these two, all of them are brand new releases. So on my next album, and I finally chose the cover. I ended up choosing the cover that I really wanted. So that's the one I used. So on my next album, Bantu Royalty, my goal now, my purpose is not to make hits. My purpose is to continue making great catalog. I'm super, turn off the heater. It's hot out here. It's like 13 degrees at night, but 18 the day. So the house is really hot. Yeah. So this cable is pissing me off. Yeah. I was saying, yes, you did. Congrats. You better go at SACEM and do an account. So with this album, what is the goal? The goal is to create more catalog and to go back to the freedom of having fun making music. You know, when you do your first album, you don't know if it's gonna work or not. So you have no pressure and you can just be yourself. When it's your second or third album and you already had success, a lot of people are hoping you're gonna have success. A lot of people are like, oh my God, what he is gonna do? And now there's pressure. When you go past that, you are where I am. I'm celebrating 23 years of career. And so my first album came out in 98. And now I'm celebrating, 23 years of career and the milestone of releasing 10 albums. And the goal here is not whatever. Listen, just being there and having 10 albums is the goal. 10 albums. Like most people, they do 3 singles, they disappear. And I got 10 albums. Like if you take all the songs from all my albums, just the main albums, let me go back to Spotify. If you take just the songs from my, where's my discography? So if we go to my first album, that's Okay, I removed the intro and the outro. That's 10 songs. 98. Second album, 16 songs. So 16 songs, so that's 26. Third album, another, so 17 songs. So 26 plus 17, that's 43 songs. Fourth album, so 43 plus 15. 43 plus 16. So 43 plus 16. That's already 59 songs. 59 songs. Then you have Legendary. That's another 16 songs. I was at 59 plus 16. That's 75 songs. Then you have Forever Young. That's a double album. I lost count. This one has from Yes You Can till, that's 36 songs. So without the intro, that's 35 songs. Where was I? 35. So 75 plus 35, that's 110 songs. Then we have Works of Art. Works of Art was 21 songs. So that's 131. And then you had Roll Like Sushi, 131 plus another 21 songs. So 131 plus 21, that's 152. Then you had African Prince. African Prince has 40 songs. So that's 152 plus 40. That's 192. And then the new one has, if I remove the intro, that's 49 songs. So that's 192 plus 49. That's 241 songs in 23 years, 241 songs. And on that, you remove all the remixes, listen, those are just albums. And if I go to compilations, I have all that as well. And if I go to singles and EPs, this is the latest single, Lil Maro remixes of She's Dangerous. And then I have all these singles that came out in the last 10 years. This is just 2020. And this is just Kaysha, because you can also take my other names under Angel City that you're listening right now. I also have albums. I have four albums that I did since 2016. And under Jana Mari, I also have 2 albums and a bunch of singles. And under Diamantero, I also have 2 albums and I don't know how many singles. And under Monsieur de Shada, I also have, so Monsieur de Shada is I'm gonna merge this with Diamantero soon. That's what I'm gonna do. This is my next project. So I also have 2 albums under that name. And oops, I did a mistake. And yeah, so what was playing? Yeah, the lo-fi playlist. So uh, it's an interesting space to be where I am. Uh, my revenue not only comes from all the old catalog, but I also, in the last 10 years, I made sure that the new catalog is also generating now 60% of the revenue. So most of the revenue I have doesn't come from my old music. It actually comes from all the work that I've did in the last 10 years online, being a streaming artist, where it's not about if your song plays on TV, it's about does the algorithm serve it to the people that are on the internet. Same thing for my YouTube channel. All the revenue from my YouTube channel used to come from my old videos. Now a lot of this revenue of the last 2 years is because directly or indirectly because of Club Shada, because of all these videos that are coming out. And I still don't have the same amount of views that I have for my videos, but slowly, every episode I have around 300 to 400 people. I actually almost passed the 500 people mark 2 episodes ago. So it's it's very interesting.